This might be more fun than first grade. I don't know, you'll tell me. So I want to reiterate everyone else's thanks to you all for joining us today. And I want to start by saying that I'm honored to be Danny's best man. Now, he may have asked me to be best person. You might have seen like best woman or something like that, but due to the patriarchal systems at play and a long history of wedding tradition, I'm here to tell you I'm the flippin' best man. So my big brother is not one to be overly protective or distrusting of any guy in my life, etc. My dad took care of that. In our family, my big brother is just pretty chill. Now, that's not to say I haven't learned a lot from him. I have. So let's start with the things I learned not to do for my big brother's example. Smokers are jokers, and I won't stop saying that until you stop doing it. You too. Danny is the first and only Larkin child to have gotten a tattoo so far and tried to hide it from Mom. Shout out to Aunt Sally for uncovering that truth. Danny did not drink or smoke anything naughty until he was 22. Yeah, and on his 21st birthday, he downed a Mountain Dew from a beer bong. True story. But sometime in college, he decided he was Don Draper, and he hasn't put down a very classy Scotch glass since. And let's just say Danny's a little less Catholic than the rest of us. But all that aside, I have learned a lot from my big brother. He's more than just his hipster glasses and scruff. I've taken away an immeasurable amount of life lessons from being his sister, and I can say Nicole is very lucky to be his wife. And he's lucky too. So here are just a few of those life lessons. Cause a little mischief. So this isn't about me, so I won't get into my own shenanigans, but compared to Danny breaking Grandma's antique chest, writing on the kitchen floor in maple syrup, and exploding more than one jug of milk and or Hawaiian punch, let's just say I've been pretty tame. Let's also note that Danny may or may not have coerced me into hiding lima beans in the structure of our kitchen table for about 10 years. But, Nicole, what would your marriage be without a little excitement? Or an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Larkin, PhD. No, seriously, you guys, he got a 35 on the ACT. I know, it's so sad, but Dan is someone who tries again, who won't give up. I admire that. Be pretentious.
Important caveat.
Yeah, just pretentious enough. Okay. You might know that when Dan gets interested in something, he doesn't just dabble, he becomes a connoisseur. At age 3, he was drinking Dad's Pop, poured himself a glass into a sippy cup, aka Miller Lite, Dad's Pop. And fast forward 20 years, and he's the snootiest beer drinker I know. So whether it's beer, coffee, carpentry, you name it, Danny's hobbies turn him into an expert. So this has benefited me because now I get to drink great beer without having to do any of the legwork. But it also benefits the couple in front of us because Danny is just pretentious enough to be picky about his lady, and he picked the perfect one for him. Be inventive and handy. Again, an important caveat. Danny may or may not have carved his own weaponry in high school, but aside from this, he could build his own computer, literally. So he may not be able to install HVAC or fix a broken pipe, but I still think this qualifies as husband material. What do you think, Nicole? Yeah, so we're good here. All right, what color do you want to do first?
I want to do turquoise.
Okay, what color do you want to do?
Blue. Yeah, blue. Yeah, blue.
Wait for it. We have a deeper. Yeah. And in his relationship with Nicole, there wasn't a second's hesitation either. As soon as he knew he wanted her and only her, he made it clear, and he's been unwavering ever since. Be unapologetic.
See the tape? I hate the tape. This breaks my teeth.
Dan, what did you do to that tape?
It's broken. You broke it. I broke it.
Well, why did you do that?
Broken tape.
If you didn't hear that, it said, I like to broken tapes. No shame. And he's not afraid to be himself. And I'm not actually sorry. I'm not actually sorry. Life is too short to pretend. Don't worry, that's the lowest blow here, don't worry.
Kelly, you got quite a mess to clean up there. Kelly, how are you going to clean that?
So this one speaks for itself, but I have to tell you, Nicole, he's been all in with you since day one, and I know he'll be 100% until day 1 million. Think and love deeply. It's nice, don't worry. So obviously there's a deep love and devotion between Danny and Nicole, or we wouldn't be here today. But Danny is this way in all areas and in all of his relationships. Not only have I spent more than one night up until 3 a.m. having major life and philosophical discussions with him, but I know some of you in this room know what I'm talking about. There was one point while Danny was living in Princeton, and he might have been feeling a little lonely, and he began writing really profound letters to people who meant a lot to him. I got a letter from him when he was really emotional after the 2012 election, and it really was beautiful. But I have to tell you guys, it's as if Danny thought these letters would be like monuments to his life after he dies. Like they'll be found and collected and bound and covered to preserve his legacy hundreds of years from now. Like that's how deeply they were written. So, if I were going to write you a letter, Dan, at this point in your life, monumental event, it might say something like this. Now, I asked your homeboy Kurt for some help with some profound statements here, and I'm just taking some creative liberties in context. Yeah. Dear Danny, as stupid and vicious as men are, this is a lovely day. In the midst of global chaos and political disaster, today is flippin' fantastic. We get to celebrate the beginning of the rest of your life as a new unit with Nicole. And everyone says it, but it won't be easy. We are lucky because we have the best relationship role models anyone can ask for. You and I both know that a lifelong commitment to one another means a lifetime of waking up and making the choice to love and love hard. Who knows what the next 40, 50, 60 years will hold? We have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down, and I know that you and Nicole, as partners, will help each other fly. And as the challenges come and go, I urge you to please notice when you are happy and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Because when it comes down to it, all pandemonium aside, your life together will be nice, and what you have will be nice. The universe is a big place, perhaps the biggest, and Danny and Nicole, you're together inside of it. How amazing is that? So, I set my thing down. Sorry. If you have a glass near you, sorry. I didn't realize our room was going to be away. Man. Cheers to the Lurking Yorks.
Yay!